All right, for this next one, we're going to talk about a frequency table. A frequency table is telling you, in this case, the number of people that answered these questions. So this is saying, traveled on an airplane. Have you traveled on an airplane? Yes or no? Okay, so those answers go this way. And then, what age group do you fall in? Teenager or adult? So we're asking people two questions. You travel on a plane, and what age group do you fall in? So this would be bivariate. It doesn't ask you that, but we're just reviewing that vocabulary. And it would be categorical because I can't spell categorical. Because you're answering with either yes or no or teenager or adult. You're not answering them with a number. Okay? So there's blanks. There's things missing from this chart. The way this works is that every column has a total. So 274 is the total for this column. This column will have a total, and every row will have a total. There'll be a total this way, and there'll be a total this way. And then you'll have this grand total here. This is the total of how many people were surveyed. Okay? So if you add up this column, and if you add up this row, you should get the same number here. Okay, so we need to figure out the blanks. So we know in this row, there's only one thing missing. The total is 274. So if I subtract the 184 from that, I get what's left over. So there's 90 for the teenager. I need to look to see where there's just one piece of information missing. In this row, just the total's missing. So I can go ahead and add up the 90 and the 62 to get 152. Okay. Now I look down my columns and my rows to see where there's just one thing missing. I could figure out this blank because in this column there's just one thing missing. I'm going to take the total and subtract what I know, and I get 200. Okay, now I could do either this row or this row. It doesn't matter because they both have two pieces of information. If I do this row and take the 200 minus the 184, I'm going to get 16, so that goes here. And in this row, if I do 352 minus 274, I get 78. So now this is where you can double check yourself, because I could have got this box by either adding these two up or by subtracting 274 from 352. If I don't get the same answer, if I don't get 78, both ways I do that, then I made a mistake somewhere, and I need to go double check my work. But I did get the same answer, so you always want to double check on your last one to make sure that you get the same answer either way you're doing it, so that you know you didn't make a mistake in a different box. Okay, so this is our two-way frequency table. We've completed it. What do all these numbers mean? Okay, if I look at this number, this 16 means there are 16 adults that have not traveled on an airplane. Okay, what does this number mean? This 274, it has nothing to do with adult or teenager because it's in the total box. So there's 274 people that have traveled on an airplane because they're in the yes column. Okay. If I look at this number, 184, it's an adult that has traveled on an airplane. Okay, so if you have to say what the boxes mean, you need to look at the row and the column heading for those boxes. Okay, we'll do one more. What does this 200 mean? 200 is in the total column. So there are 200 adults in the survey. I can't say anything about if they traveled on a plane or not because they're in the total column.